Hey guys, what's up? This is kaozbender here again for another video, and welcome back to Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. In the previous episode, we had a really nice opening to one of the happiest games you could ever possibly ask for in the Nintendo 64 library. Yes, this is actually what I think about this game. It is so awesome that I'm still recording, and I'm probably going to be recording for, the majority of the game. Like, I could really play this game a lot because, number one, it is really short, and, the stages are actually so short that this is only my case, that I actually just want to play more and more. Like, this game is just so happy and, like, just so creative with, like, the power-ups and stuff. Like, I really enjoy this game. Anyway, I'm just going to spam I can't really spam it because this is another stage in which we need a very specific power-up combination. And let me just pull out my thing right here, and don't take that the wrong way. Okay, so for this stage, we need rock and electricity. Now, I am going to be highlighting the stages in which you don't need to come to the... by the way, the first crystal shard is actually up here. That is nice. There we go. I am going to be highlighting the stages in which you do not need the specific power-ups to begin with. Because when I enter without any power-ups, that means that the... I might actually not do this too often because I am not going to remember too well. But, my shit! There we go. Just any power-up that you use against any boss is going to be so broken. Like, so broken, dude. Alright, anyway, back to topic. I'm going to be highlighting those stages. Like, for example, right now in this stage, at 2-1, we need electricity and rock. I have the fucking power right here. Why did I brain fart? We need rock and electricity. And in this same stage, we're going to be able to find both of them, which is actually quite nice. And however, there are going to be a lot of, not a lot of stages. I think that so far it's only like 2 stages in which you need a specific combination of power-ups. But you do not find it, I want to say both, but I think you can only find like one. Like, for example, this is just an example. If one stage requires you to have, like, for example, rock and, cutter. There are stages in which you can find rock, but you cannot find cutter, so you need to enter in the stage with the cutter ability to get the crystal shards. And there are stages in which you need, for example, fire and... bomb. And you are not going to be able to find either fire or bomb in those stages, so that's a little bit annoying. Now, right here, I really need this guy to... There we go, that's nice. Now, you really want to be careful with that. I mean, they do respawn, which is, something that you can actually use to your advantage. But if the dude actually does his little attack... while you have your rock power-up, like if you get ready to throw it, and by the way, this is the third and final crystal shard. If you get ready to throw it, but if he does its attack, it's going to destroy your rock ability, and you're going to be a little fucked. So that's actually one thing that you need to watch out for. And that is pretty much it about this stage. I told you that these stages were actually going to be quite easy. Now, I really want to watch out for these things. There we go. And, okay, so mentioning like, for example, you guys know that I had the Super Peach 3D World, but that was actually deathless. I'm going to, like, this is only, like, some dream. Well, maybe not a dream, but I'm not going to promise anything. Like, I'm going to attempt not to die. Like, I'm not that, that good at this game that on my main file, I actually died a couple of times, and, we don't need anything for this one, so that's really nice. So I'm going to try not to die in here. However, I'm not going to promise anything because on my main file, I died a lot. And that is one thing that I'm just going to, do. Like, I'm not going to have any, like, hardcore practice before the, the recording session, just like Super Peach 3D World needed. Because in those things, when I get to practice, and if I had a death, this was like my standard. If in practice I had a death in Super Peach 3D World, I had to do the thing. And by the way, you want to watch out for this because there are going to be rocks falling off. So, well, I guess you can actually just run for it, which, doesn't make it that bad. Now, I don't know if there are crystal shards up here. Wow, that fucking rock just levitated up in the ass. Jesus Christ. You crazy rocks, dumbasses. There you go. Yeah, so Super Peach 3D World, like, my standard was if I died once, I had to clear the thing 3 times in a row without dying in order to start recording, and it always worked. Like, nothing ever, like, really went to, like, a funny way, or, you know, to this day, some people still believe that I cheated in that fucking Let's Play. They go like, oh yeah, whatever, you didn't fucking do it. And, you know, whatever, I know what I did, and that wasn't actually too difficult, but hey, whatever, this is not Super Peach 3D World, let's just stop talking about that, and we get ourselves the very first Crystal Shard. Now, this stage I don't remember too well, to the point as saying that this is actually the first of the stage. I am not sure if I skipped any. Now, this is going to happen for the stages if I skipped any Crystal Shard, and by the way, the second or third, hopefully second, is going to be right here. And fucking Ghost, what the hell is your problem? Alright, so we get a 1-up over here, and speaking about 1-ups, one thing that you really want to watch out for in this game is that in this game, if you reset, like for example, if you have to go, or if you, like for example, if power runs out on you, your life count is going to be dropped to 0, and sorry, not 0. You originally start with 2 1-ups, but if you leave the game, the lives are not going to save. You know, this is much like, I think Super Mario Sunshine did this. I'm not too sure, but I'm entirely sure. Fuck! Anyway, I'm just going to do this once, and I'm there you go, first fucking death of the fucking video. I mean, of the Let's Play. But, you know, yeah, those I'm not going to be too worried about, because, well, this is, like, more of a casual thing. Like, Peach 3D World, that one was a little bit more hardcore on my part. Alright, anyway, so what I was saying before is that if you have to go, your life counter is going to be reset to 2. And, you know, not that you really need the extra lives, but if you find yourself dying a lot, well, that's what's going to happen. Now, in my case, what happened over here, if you have spare lives, or if you don't get, like, a game over. And by the way, if you fly too long, Kirby's going to get tired, so you really want to, keep an eye on that. Oh, my throat is still hurting. So what I was saying is that if you, and by the way, I think we're going to get ice in here. No, I think this is electricity. Oh, I have to show you the fucking best. Oh, this is not fuck. What is this? Oh yeah, these just look at this. This is ice skating. And fuck, I could have, okay, no, never mind. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you the most awesome power-up in the entire game. Are you guys ready? Electricity and ice is going to turn us into a fridge. Like, what the fuck is this? This is just so awesome, and this is so broken, because if you are, and just look at that, the fucking food is going to be able to kill the enemies. So you are basically a fridge that can spawn infinite amount of, like, restoring items. And on top of that, the items are so delicious that they're going to be killing off the enemy, so that's nice. Alright, so back to what I was saying. If you, oh, this part, okay, yeah, this is where we get the third crystal shard. So what I was saying before is that if you, and by the way, I think the road to the crystal shard is this way. This is actually what I think. I'm not really sure. Oh, fuck, man. Oh, gee, okay, yeah, that's where it is. Alright, anyway, what I was saying is that if you, well, yeah, about deaths, as you saw right there, you know, since I died, what's gonna happen if you die in a stage? It's actually not too bad. Like, this is how I always looked at it. Dying in this game is either good and bad. Now, why is it good to die in this game is that if you paid close attention, they didn't send me all the way back to the start. They put me in the area of the stage in which I died, which is really nice. If you are like at the last, you know, at the very last part of a stage and you really need to like finish or anything, but if you die, you're gonna be put in there. However, it is bad because you lose your power-ups, and if one of the crystal shards is actually, oh, nice throw, Kirby. if one of the crystal shards is like at the end of a stage and you have your very specific power-ups. Oh, and by the way, for this one we need rock. Yeah, rock or double rock. Let me just go ahead and check really quick. Okay, yeah, it's only rock. Goodbye, Mr. Kirby Refrigerator. This is so fucking awesome, dude. I mean, you guys have no idea how much I like the fucking power-up. I mean, it's just shit. I much rather have my ninja stars than being a fridge. But come on, you cannot get cooler than being a fridge throwing killer food. You really can't. Anyway, so why is it bad if you die? Is that if you have your specific power-up to get one of the crystal shards, if you die, it is gone. And more often than not, there are like what you came in the world with. Like for example, let's just say that you needed whatever. I'm gonna use my term again, like fire and bomb. And if there are no fire and bomb in the stage, you are screwed. You need to get all the way back to a stage that has fire and the bomb, and you need to well, you need to get all the way back, and that is a little bit annoying. I mean, it really happened to me a lot of times on my main file, but not enough times that I go like, oh, what the fuck, I hate this game so fucking much. And come on, I just want to defeat that dumbass. There we go. And for this one, I'm just going to jump. There we go. That's nice. Alright, so speaking about other things, well, maybe not like too many things. I guess I could talk about a few things while I get through this, because like, this game doesn't really need too much input. Like, the only thing that you need to watch out for if you are using this, video, these videos as a guide, which, oh, and by the way, once you drop down here, you really want to go to the left, and you're going to be facing a mini boss, and this is going to be taking us to, and by the way, just fucking look at this. Just look at how broken this is. Just look at the rock. I'm just going to spam B. Oh, and by the way, I am going to, oh, nice. Oh, no, I didn't even need to get out of the hole, because right here we're going to be getting the second crystal shard, and that's really nice. And what was I saying before? I kind of forgot. I'm really sorry about that, but yeah, I really forgot what I was saying. Alright, right here I think we're going to get an ice power-up, if I'm not, no, I think that's another, oh yeah, wow. And why do I remember this is because on my main file, I was no, this is not ice skating. Like, what is this? I'm going to be turning into a curling stone. Yay! Alright, it's not too great, but, like, yeah, it's just not the greatest power-up. I mean, it looks cool, but wouldn't really recommend this. I'm just going to get rid of it. Alright, so I forgot what I was talking about, but if I was to come up with another topic, would be PAX East 14, yes indeed. And do I have to get down here? Yes, I do. Alright, so PAX East 14. At the time recording this, it is February the 28th. Well, it is actually the yeah, the last day of February, which is, actually cool. And by the way, I have a friend from middle school whose whose birthday is actually on the 29th. Like, I'm not kidding you. She was born on a leap year, and like, I saw that the probabilities of that to happen were like so fucking slim, dude. Oh, and by the way, if you collect enough, I think they are called star fragments. If you collect enough of the little star thingies, you're gonna get a power life, an extra life. So that's nice. And yeah, so one of my friends from junior high, she was born on a leap year, which, I mean, what the fuck are the chances of that? Like, I guess you could potentially, okay, so what is, like, for example, if we have February, what is 9 months before that? Right here I'm concentrating, so I'm not here to do math, but I'm just gonna say like a fucking god damn it, I'm just going to say May. Okay, this is only like a guess. Like, if parents do the thing in May, and oh shit, there we go. So this is just assuming, like, right now I'm just not calculating anything. And by the way, that's the third and final crystal shard. Alright, and by the way, this is the end of the stage, so I'm going to end it up right here. And I'm just going to get a card. Nice aiming, Kirby. So yeah, what are the chances of being born on a leap year? That would be pretty interesting to know. Anyway, I'm going to leave you guys over here. We have 2 more stages in the Rock Star, and that was a very good progress so far. Anyway, you guys have a great day. Take care of yourself, and until my next episode, when we hopefully finish the Rock Star and we hunt for the leftover crystal shards. I will see you then.